All right, I hope you like my stretching exercises, and go to meyochi.com if you want to learn more about my stretching exercises. Today I'd like to talk about 4 people that I know, some co-workers and some people that live on the island. And I've noticed that over time they have lost weight. It's kind of like, watching grass grow. You don't notice grass growing until one day all of a sudden you go, whoa, my grass is long, I gotta mow it. And it's kind of the same with these 4 people that I know. It was just kind of like one day I'm like, whoa, they look a little bit more in shape, they look more fit, lost some weight. So I went up to all 4 of them at different times. This has happened over the past couple months. And just said, hey, you're looking good. And because I'm kind of known as a health nut, especially at work, I'm always eating healthy stuff at lunch, carrots and celery, and my homemade bean mixture and greens and all that kind of stuff. They were very proud to tell me that what they have done. And all of them, all 4 of the people, and these are acquaintances I know as well, they all said that yes, I have lost weight and I'm getting in shape. And they go, what they've done, all 4 of them, they have changed what they've eaten, okay? They didn't go on a diet where they starve themselves to death, because guess what? Diets never work. They just changed what they ate, and a byproduct of eating healthy is you lose weight. So that's what they did. And they're so proud of their accomplishments, they wanted to tell me. So one of them, he goes, yeah, I cut out bread and fried foods, and I lost 20 pounds. And I said, wonderful. And so he got rid of some of those foods that are not good for you. Another person, I talked to her, she says, yeah, I eliminated all soft drinks and anything with sugar in it, sugary foods. And I lost 40 pounds. And they tell me these things because they're so proud of it, and they know that I'm like, the healthy eater and the health nut. So I'm willing to listen to them, and it just makes me so motivated. And that's why today I'm talking about what we eat more so than somebody exercising, because my 4 pillars of Meyochi, don't forget, is flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. So let's talk about proper nutrition a little bit today. So what do I do and what do I eat? And I try to keep it simple. I do not believe in fad diets at all, okay? Throw all of those fad diet books out. I try to make it a little simpler, and it works well for me. And basically what it is try to eliminate as much processed food as possible. And I know that's difficult because everything around us is processed food. But you've got to try to eliminate the processed food and eliminate sugars. You do those 2 things and your body will digest the food differently. So what do you concentrate on? The least amount of processed foods, fruits and vegetables, greens, nuts, whole intact grains, and just a little bit of meat. So the whole intact grains, what I like to talk about there is you can't just go get you some oatmeal off the shelf and say that's good, or you can't say I'm going to buy some Cheerios and that's good. I'm talking about intact grains where it keeps all the pieces together, almost as if it came off the grass or came off the stalk. And what it is that has all the nutrients and the fiber in it. When they process it, they get rid of the fiber, they get rid of the nutrients, and all that's left is the part that has no nutrients in it. And it really is no good for you. All it does is your body processes it and it automatically converts to sugar and fat. So intact whole grains and a little bit of meat. I know that's controversial. I'm not saying you have to go vegetarian, but you just want to eat a little bit of meat. I truly am a believer in that. So how do you wean yourself off of meat? I've been doing this for many, many years, and how I started was I first said, all right, I am not going to have any meat for breakfast for the next month. And what you do is you find different foods to eat, and you don't eat meat for breakfast. And all of a sudden, after about a month or so, you go, hey, you know what? This isn't bad. I make my own homemade granola bars because they put tons of sugars in the ones that are at the store. but I make my own homemade granola bars, and that gets me through till lunch. So you have to come up with these things as well. And I'll go into maybe my recipe of my homemade granola bars another day. But start out with breakfast, no meat. And then once you get used to that, maybe it takes a month or two, then say, okay, now I'm gonna go for no meat for breakfast and no meat for lunch. And then you create a vegetarian lunch. And again, I've created this bean mixture that I eat with carrots, by itself. And then I have nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans, and I do carrots, and I do celery, and I do a big bag of greens. And that's what I eat for lunch. I take it to work every day. So I eat a little bit of meat at night. So again, I'm not a vegetarian, but I have no meat for breakfast, no meat for lunch, and a little bit of meat at night. And what I do is everything I make, I try to make that is not processed. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of greens, a lot of nuts, seeds. Pumpkin seeds are very high in protein and good for you. Sunflower seeds, walnuts, pecans, almonds. I eat all of that every day, and it is so, so good for you. And finally, oh, we got a bunch of walkers out here today. And finally, I just want to talk about fruits and vegetables a little bit. These fad diets out there are telling you you shouldn't eat bananas, or you shouldn't eat, grapes or dates and stuff like that, because they're loaded with sugar. I am not a believer in that at all. You eat the dates, you eat the bananas, you eat apples, because if you eliminate fruits because it has sugar in it, you're incorrect in the way you're thinking. It's what nature has intended. It's the sugars that nature has put in there. So what happens is the sugars in the apple is also combined with fiber. And the fiber in the dates is combined with the sugar. And you actually process it differently. And it doesn't convert into fats or sugars. It's processed differently, which again is another long story. But the reason why you don't want to eliminate it is there is so many vitamins and fiber and minerals and antioxidants and phytonutrients in these fruits and vegetables that these are powerful cancer fighters. And they're powerful for your skin, and they're powerful for your digestion. And the fiber's feeding the bacteria in your gut, which is also supporting great health of your body. So you don't want to eliminate these things. You want to eat them. Eat what nature gives you and provides you, okay? So fresh fruits and veggies, eat all you want, okay? I am proof of this. I used to weigh about 195. I'm down to 165. And believe me, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and nuts and greens, and I just am getting all the vitamins and the nutrients. So today is just about trying to eat a little healthier. So when you're going to grab for those chips, maybe today is the day you go, you know what? I'm going to eat an apple instead. And I'm going to start very slowly and change my menu over time. It's not instant. You have to work on it, and you have to change your menu over time. But it can be done. And your body is going to thank you. And your cells are going to thank you because they're being fed the nutrients that they need. And a byproduct of eating healthy is you lose weight. I'm at my high school weight and I'm 54. How many of y'all can say that? And it's because of what I eat. So eat very minimal processed foods, eliminate the sugars, and whole intact greens and grains and nuts and intact grains and fruits and vegetables. All right, so don't forget my 4 pillars of Meyochi: flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. You do my 4 pillars, and I can guarantee you your quality of life is going to improve. So I'm off to go surfing, and I see you.